managed to maintain my commitment, and I think a couple of things that really helped that happen was that I didn't actually make the organisational strategy this time too tricky. It's actually really simple. It's probably the simplest I've ever tried to reorganise something. And I haven't brought things in. I've been doing a course with a lady, a businesswoman, and she's really interesting. She talks about changing habits, and one of the things that she talks about, which has really resonated, and I find I've spent a lot of time not meditating, because I'm not a sit and meditate type of person. I find that it doesn't work for me. I'm more of a creative, active sort of person where I like to mull over stuff. So like while I'm chopping vegetables or washing them or peeling them, that's when I have my deep thoughts, or emptying the pantry. And but one of the things she really talks about, which I love, and I've just started to really think about how this fits into the rest of life, is she talks about when you make a change. So when you go to create a new habit, for example, and you take away something, it's about getting used to having that space of that thing not being there. So, for example, it might be like a few years ago when my mother-in-law was unwell. She was elderly and she's since passed away. We were travelling to the country to visit her every fortnight. And then after she passed away, it was like, wow, what do we do? We've never had this much weekend time free. And it didn't take long before suddenly every weekend was busy again, and we're feeling just as busy and with, no free time to recharge or anything like we were before when we were going to the country every fortnight. So, and I think part of that is I'm not naturally a rester. My dad was a very physical person, and he's, worked a lot all his life, and so has my mum, and, so I come from a family of hard workers who are busy all the time. And finding the ability to make that space and keep that space free when you go and, take something out is really tricky. I think it really takes practice. And so I've been loving hearing this woman's thoughts as I've been doing her course. And it's just really triggered me and made me really conscious about the habits that I have, which when I free something up, do I immediately fill that space again? And whether it was looking at my youth when I was more concerned about weight management, you'd have those good days and then there would be all that space, or you'd lose some kilos and then you'd eat again, or unhealthy foods, or, you'd do the exercise and then, you think, well, I've done that, so there's this space now, and you'd fill that back up again, or whatever. Or even if it's just a case of, you read one book off the to-do pile and then you go to the shops and you buy more, filling up the space on the new bookshelf or something like that, if you're a bit of a book addict too. So I was just really thinking about this whole habit and changing it, and then having that space free that I created and refilling it again. And why do we do that? How do we do that? How do we not do that? And these are the sorts of things that really fascinate me about the health journey. I think at the end of the day, just always making surface promises for surface results, when this is the long-term thing that actually makes a difference underneath. And, it's something as innocuous as a pantry challenge, which has really brought this out and made it obvious for me. And hopefully it has for you too. Hopefully some of the things that I've been bringing up have made you think on a slightly different level about there's stuff in your pantry and your health journey in general.